Hello. Hey y'all, hey, let's get into this amazing reading for new legal defense. You guys have called it the dream team. Let's get into it. This reading is alleged and for entertainment purposes. Sometimes the tea is hot and sometimes it's not. You have to watch the video to the end to determine for yourself. If you are new here, welcome. And if you are always here, welcome back, friend. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Disclaimer, this reading is for entertainment and spiritual discussion purposes only. These are alleged energies, intuitive impressions, and symbolic interpretations based on tarot. This is not stated as factual reporting, and viewers should use their discernment. Duh. Okay. Remember, I don't throw shade, but I do shed light. Okay. All right. So this is typical. A lot of things just start flushing in. And this is what I'm going to say first and foremost. There is some things that are just shocking and damning, and I've said this before. I feel like last week energy was like, come on, let's get these readings out, because there's new information that's going to be coming forward, and you need to get this out in order to read on what's coming. Because in me reading then last week, there's already things that have come. And maybe you've seen it, maybe you've heard it, maybe not. That's your business, right? We're not in alignment, and I'm not here to tussle with y'all. I do a job, and then I do what I gotta do. This is a part of my mission, my purpose, my passion. So tussle with your mama, argue with your mammy, okay? That's number one. Number two, this team is tight-lipped, okay? Because they know that the information that they know is solid. First of all, y'all, these folks can't know which way they coming, left or right. They can't know. They can't know because they know what they're up against. In another reading, I told you guys that spiritual energy is teaming up with physical energy to use them as a vessel to advocate on his behalf. And some people say, well, why him? Why not? Okay. Also, things are happening in divine order. There are bigger reasons at play here. In regards to universal balance and spiritual balance and equity, there is so much at play, and that this story against young black boys, against young males in general, has been on repeat. And divine feminine energy, and I'm not speaking in reference to color now, because spirit is acknowledging divine feminine energy. Hear what I'm saying. Divine feminine energy, if you have ears to hear, divine feminine energy has cried out too many times. But now her cry is heard. And because her cry is heard, and because of the unification of the spiritual body and the physical body, this ends now. Now what happens next? That's up to the universe. That's up to high source. That's up to the collective energy. But I'm telling you energetically, this situation is about to unfold. Spirit says the rock is getting ready to cry out. There are going to be a magnitude of things that are going to be very eye-opening. And when collective energy, Spirit says, gets their way, this is going to be a day of reckoning. Going back to the dream team, they are tight-lipped because they know how serious and sensitive this situation is, this information is. Now, I will just shorten that up, Spirit, by saying the universe will have balance. Okay, so this is how I'm going to break this down. What is a dream team doing? And what are they going to expose? What are they doing, and what are they going to expose? Period. Okay? All right. So this dream team for Karmelo Anthony. What are they doing? What's the purpose, the mission? We get Mother of Fire. And I talked about divine energy, divine feminine energy crying out. Let me show you this card upright. I'm picking up on Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It says shine and rise. So what are they doing? This card is in reverse. 25 is significant. 7 is significant. Be aware of jealousy, deceit, and betrayal. What are they doing? They are making you aware of jealousy, deceit, thank you, Spirit, and betrayal. And they're also asking you, are you the one being shady? Stop trying to preserve your image. Life is too short to be shallow. They're bringing this forth. Okay? That's number one, right off the back. Okay. What are they doing? Okay. We get ask and receive. The dream team, this is what y'all call them. Ask and you shall receive. Your angelic guides want you to know that help is available. Help is on the way. What are they doing for Karmelo? Help is on the way. Spirit is now showing me those scenes where Dr. King is, it doesn't feel like he's preaching, but he's definitely advocating on behalf of people. And this church is filled. But Spirit is also pointing out people that are sitting amongst a congregation. I'm hearing a song. Beware of the false motives of others. Be careful of those who pretend to be brothers. 'Cause you never suppose it's those who are closest to you. They say all the right things to gain their position, and they use your kindness as their ammunition to shoot you down in the name of ambition. They do. Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. There's people, and this is why they're tight-lipped. There's people amongst them. There's people amongst the crowd who are there to create distraction, dis-ease. They're there to disconnect. And they know they're showing me this team is like the same spiritual team that helped the freedom fighters. Like, no shit. Like, they're showing me arms locked and walking that bridge. I forgot that famous bridge. My grandma's gonna be Selma, thank you. Because I was about to be like, baby, don't do it, because she'll whip my ass. Yeah. Who Spirit is telling me a name. Who they're telling me, like, Peter, the Apostle Peter, denied knowing him. Ooh, this is crazy because I just read on Ed. Okay, 1 second, Spirit. Because it said when Jesus got to the court, his Peter denied even being his friend or knowing him 3 separate times before a rooster crowed. And then Judas, damn, I said Jonas, y'all. Judas, okay. And so let's get back to this card. They're here to show that you are being encouraged to shift your perception and recognize that even in the most difficult of circumstances, a miracle is possible. Even in the most difficult of circumstances, a miracle is possible. You see this woman praying? Your angel guide is encouraging you to recognize that you may have been blocking support by saying no to the things you wanted to say yes to, and asking you to change that now. When you begin to say yes to the experiences that light you up, you usher increased levels of support into your life. So, and again, I've said this already, and I will say this again, that for the energy that does want to connect and combine their efforts, their power, their force, and do what they need to do to assist and aid, do what you need to do. Period. You know what I'm saying? So what is the dream team? That's what you guys called them coming to do. Okay. Well, they're coming because they're guided by the ancestors. You're being guided by the ancestors. This dream team, they're being guided also to pause and listen, hence why they're tight-lipped. And Spirit says if you choose or if you feel inclined to light a white candle, offer water, speak their names, say it aloud. And this is because there's binding work. There is work. Something must be contained or stopped. I already said that. Because divine feminine energy has been crying out. And now, for whatever reason, this time, she is heard. Ashe to the ancestors, Ashe to the universe. Spirit says use thread, cloth, and knots with prayer. And then Spirit says pay attention to the numbers, baby. Because you are rooted. And they are trying to tie this energy down. But Spirit is going to give birth. Because somebody is being crossed. We, collective energy. Speak, 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 speak. Okay, 1 second is being crossed. Okay, so the numbers, this is numerology. Repeated signs are guiding you. Understand that a lot of this is about numbers. Pay attention to numbers. Pay attention to the number of attorneys that are part of the dream team. Pay attention to the time, the dates. All of these numbers are important. And Spirit says, remember, he is rooted. You are rooted. You are divinely aligned and protected. So stand firm and feed your altar and go deeper within, because energy is trying to be tight. Heat is a representation of collective energy. You don't agree with me? That's cool. I keep telling you, argue with your mama. Okay? Someone or something is holding you back. And so Spirit says now is the time to cut the cords and work with a knife. Interesting. Scissors or fiery herbs. Was a knife not in this situation? And Spirit says it was also in other situations and past historical events. I don't know the timeline, the dates. If you do the footwork, I will definitely say thank you, because I've heard someone already did some work. And they gave me an exact mirror of this. And I hate that I can't relay that message to a T, but it wasn't the last reading. So I said that to say that was a symbolism for cutting the cord. And I've already stated this before in other readings. Okay. Spirit says they are giving birth to this child. And this child is a representation of giving birth to the end of something. The end, so that something new can begin, mentally, physically, emotionally, and or spiritually. A new idea, a creation, a child is entering. Okay, and with this manifestation, with this intention, this incantation, this investment, one must offer sugar toy sweets to invite in gentle beginnings. Now if you don't do it, I don't care. I don't care. Okay. Spirit is saying, why? Because your energy is tangled or cursed. Again, this is a representation of what must end as we move into this new age, this new era. And is it being combated with negative energy? Is it at war? Yes, as above, so below. Spirit says, luck and love and a second chance are here, but you must protect and purify your energy. Line your doors, bathe in it, toss it over your left shoulder. Salt. Red clover. Yeah. Y'all called them the dream team. And what are they here to do? Thank you. Thank you. First of all, we see the ancestral energy. We see the road. It's a crossroad. We see the sun coming up. Okay. We see number 22. 22 equals 4. Numbers are so important. 22 is a mirroring number. It allows one to see themselves, the reflection of themselves, take accountability and responsibility for your actions, and ask yourself, why are you here? What did you do to get here? And what are you going to do moving forward? This crossroad, the dream team is here to acknowledge that at the crossroad, you'll be taking a trip, either literally or figuratively. Those connected directly, literally. Those connected indirectly, figuratively. As it is time to make a decision, you have to pick a side. Okay, Spirit is also acknowledging the goddess of the crossroads has many opportunities or options to choose from, with little guidance to do it. Being the card of free will, the crossroad represents making a choice even when there are feelings of doubt, worry, and hesitation about doing so. Staying where you are is not an option. You have to choose and move forward, even though what lies beyond that choice may make you nervous. Know that what is beyond that choice will take you to your next destination. That's it. Standing still is not an option. And this dream team is coming in to let you know, despite how you feel about it, you have to pick a side, because there's facts and there's lies. And what you choose to believe is your business. What is the dream team here to do? Thank you. What is the dream team here to do? For Karmelo, for the collective. They're here to point out a sacrifice. Again, we see the ancestors, the trees, heart chakra. We see blood, sacrifice. We see a deer. We see the number 4. 4 is significant. 8, deer. Spirit says 8 months. 8 months is significant. 8 months. 8 months is significant. 8 months. 8 months is significant. May your sacrifices be acknowledged and appreciated. The dream team. May your sacrifices be acknowledged and appreciated. Collective energy. May your sacrifices be acknowledged and appreciated. Karmelo Anthony. May your sacrifices be acknowledged and appreciated. This is symbolism for a war. I've said that in every single solitary. This is deeper than what meets the eye, stranger than fiction. This is spiritual. You are being called to introduce new themes of healing to your community. First line off this card. You are being pulled to teach others how to love themselves. For once, this is not about you and only you. However, you will not be able to guide a soul if you yourself are still wandering. This is a time to become a recluse. Reserve your vitality for the most significant of things. Master stillness. Who is mastering stillness in this position, in their position? You tell me. Share what you've learned when the time is right. This card says, servant, Godspeed. That's what it says. You feel the urge to shed several layers. Prepare yourself for a unique journey, a course you never anticipated. What is the dream team here to do for Karmelo Anthony? Pay attention to your dreams. There you'll meet an overflowing number of messages that will advise you. The key is to be so abnormally aware that no sign gets past you, whether conscious or subconscious. Manage your stress. This is new for everyone, because he is being called to introduce new themes of healing to the community. Okay, y'all go back to my other readings. Grant yourself the blessing to shed and surpass the current place, to shed it, surpass it, break the karmic cycle, and surpass the current place you are in. This way, you'll be ready to enlighten. And Spirit says, what is the spiritual significance of a dead deer. Okay. I'll just read to exactly what it says. A dead deer spiritually symbolizes a profound threshold, the end of a gentle phase, and the necessity of letting go of what no longer serves your growth. It often points to a period of transition, inviting you to release old attachments, sacrifice outdated habits, and prepare for a transformative new year. I've been saying in my readings that this is a karmic cycle that ends now. Lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, pattern after pattern, loop after loop after loop. All right, so what is the dream team going to expose? What are they here to expose in regards to the Karmelo Anthony case? They're going to expose the behavior of someone or a group of people connected, and how they are running around like a chicken with their head cut off, filled with pride, ego, people-pleasing energy. They're also dibbling and dabbling into work. When I say work, I mean brouhaha. This reading is alleged and for entertainment purposes. Nothing I say is factual. They're very busy. They're overwhelmed, frenzied, deadline. They feel stressed and chaotic. They're wanting to refocus and redo for best results. They're also putting things off and trying to leave and go because they don't have enough fire and ability to deal with what they have in front of them. They're chasing their tail instead of turning and stopping and facing themselves. And this is due to Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, anxiety, sadness, fear, depression. They're like, what's the rush? I'll deal with that later. They're also going to expose that in the house, the physical body and the physical home of anyone involved in a situation is on fire. Meaning that they're not maintaining authenticity. They're not being genuine. There's an unhealed Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, unhealed thoughts. Spirit is not welcome in, and Spirit says they're not going in until the student is ready. And when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. When it comes to this situation, they are going to expose poor manners, lack of tact, discourtesy, and politeness. Social grace is required. They're also going to expose that this is patterned, that there is past connection, and they will speak in reference to this lifetime. But I just want to reiterate that this is a karmic soul tie. This is a karmic bonding. This is going to acknowledge that this is not their first encounter. Okay. And this involves family, friend, foe, business relationship, romantic relationship, platonic relationship. The heart chakra has imbalances and delays, stumping into the water to see one's reflection, to acknowledge this is what I did. Now, what am I going to do about it? How do I take accountability and responsibility for their actions? Okay. And so the dream team, what are they going to expose? Okay. They're going to expose major jealousy. They're going to expose a feminine energy that creates a lot of jealousy, that has a lot of jealousy. There are multiple people at play. They're also going to expose fuck the bullshit. I've already said that they're into the brouhaha. Who are they? You tell me when you find out. It's a lot of mysticism and tampering of things, right? Tampering with spiritual energy. Spirit says someone really just doesn't give a fuck. They're going to expose that. They're also going to expose how they feel declined. Someone was supposed to get money and it's no longer registering. It's no longer available. And so because of that, people are going to start talking. I've said that in readings. They're also acknowledging that they're tapping in on tarot. Many people are reading, but the heavy hitters involved are energetically, allegedly, as well. Something is dirty and muddy and not right. Something's filthy and dirty. They're going to expose that and how there was a different fate. And so this became a lituation for a family. They didn't expect this to happen. And so they had to switch it up. They're going to expose the secrets. It says, if you tell anyone, they've given dirty offers so that people will be silenced. Money, love, sweetening up a deal. And this is all behind what feels like a love triangle. A girl, what have you. It's very Spirit's just saying very petty. What is the dream team going to expose? The ship. We do see 3. 3 is a crowd. Takes 3 to tango. 3 months, 3 years, 3 days. 3. Spirit says, this is designed to withstand turbulent water. Turbulent water is very rocky. Emotions are very high. This ship card alludes to an extended journey, an extended one, propelled by the actions of the well-intended. It is clear that they have deep faith in their eventual arrival to this glorious destination. What are they going to expose? Though it is out of sight for now, know that this voyage, blessed by Ra, may take some time. Okay, so, however, it will be a catalyst for positive change. What are they going to expose? Exercise, thank you, patience. You will arrive exactly when you're supposed to. For now, stay focused and enjoy the ride. Bon voyage. And look at this divine feminine leading these 3 through what feels like a middle passage. This card is asked to illuminate a positive journey ahead that can lead to success. Also representative of possible, thank you, foreign partners or dealings. This card is a solid indication that new opportunities and advancements are ahead of you if you have the patience to endure the turbulence and the uncharted course of this ride. Don't be afraid. You are protected. That's exactly what the card says. That's what they're going to expose. And no matter what one does, the universe will have balance. Good will prevail. Spirit keys want me to say something is going to change drastically. 4 days, 4 months, 8 months. What are they going to expose? The dream team for Karmelo Anthony. They're going to expose an exit. This is layered. Several people are leaving. Several individuals in this. When I read last time, it was like, who's trying to leave? Several people are going to be leaving, including Karmelo. They're going to be exposing how the authority is trying to exit. The big boss, he's trying to exit. He's trying to move. There's an energy of decline from a system. And now his money is funny. He's overloaded, overwhelmed. And they're also going to expose his access. What he had access to. Is that more money? What else are they going to expose? A new beginning. A door opening for someone. And this is going to be shocking. This is going to take place over a meeting. A lot of people are going to be discussing this shocking evidence. Shocking information. Which is going to give someone else the control over everything again, to set up their system, okay, to turn things down a bit, like, whoa, wait a minute. It's a lot of pressure, okay, and they know it because someone is very suspicious. This happened in a blind spot. This whole situation happened in a blind spot, and it was intended to be a blind spot, but they didn't know someone sees it. Let me tell you something. There is somebody out there, energetically, allegedly, that has the entire thing. Even though this is a blind spot, they saw it clearly. They saw every piece clearly. They are afraid to say something. Hold on, let's shift gears. Yeah, look, they feel restricted. They feel the weight of the bureaucracy. But they're going to return this information because they see themselves. They're taking accountability and responsibility for their actions. And they see that this is going to create an ending to all of this. But they feel threatened. Who is this? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But this is what Spirit told me to tell you. Because I'm asking, what are they going to disclose? What's the dream team going to expose? What are they going to show? This person that's seen it, clear as day, could even definitely have video of it. Tell me more. I don't know this person. Nope. Yeah, they're afraid. It looks like they're even trying to change some identification. Serving 42. 42 is significant. They're trying to get some things out of the way. Moving paperwork around. This has created a lot of conflict in their home. But they are going to agree to hand over this information. There's pause and there's income. And they're getting a green light. Somebody might offer them a nice amount of money to tell what they know they've seen, what they saw, what they've heard, what they know. What is a dream team going to expose? It's on video or a cell phone of some magnitude. They can't even believe they got it, but they got it. Okay, what else is the dream team going to expose? Thank you. They're going to expose the theft, the robbing, the loss, the theft, that they're thieves, physical or emotional, that someone likes to get high, okay, that they're haunted by their memories, flashbacks, side effects, and trauma, that they lost their last chance, that they're crying and upset and emotional, that they've been creeping, they've been watching him, that they're unfazed, him being Karmelo Anthony, that they're spiritual haters, hates on his spirituality, light, magic, and power. They've been stalking him, watching and obsessed with him. What else are they going to expose? They're fishing for comments, wanting people to, have empathy and compassion. Also trying to see how other people are feeling, what people are saying, that they forced their way in, used force to get what they want in regards to these legal issues. The court, judges, immigration lawyers, same shit, different day. They're going to expose the dirty offers and how they steady talking shit, how they are players in the game. They're going to expose all of that. Spirit says one more card. 2, okay. They're also going to expose a love triangle. This is going to get messy. And how curious they are and were about him specifically, Karmelo. This is a love triangle on several layers. The judges, the attorneys, the adults at play, there's love triangle. But then these kids, Karmelo and the twins, and there's a love triangle. Hey! Thank you, Spirit. What is the dream team going to expose? Y'all call them the dream team? The ritual comes out often when I read on him and his situation. They're going to expose that someone said hello in this whole debacle. They listened to their higher intuitive self. This is what they thought was right. Hello to Karmelo, tapping into their higher intuitive self based off of ritual. This was thought up. This was conjured. This was manifested. Okay? This situation. And there is a mature woman involved, older woman of sorts, okay, and the Ice King, and there's abuse. And their abuse was also to create a false narrative around what transpired, because this is what they manifested. This was their intention, their incantation, their manifestation. The intention behind their practice, their ritual, it was intended to bring hurt, harm, dis-ease, dysfunction. And this has to do with a single female. Okay. Anything else the dream team is going to expose? A doctor. They're going to expose imprisonment. They're going to expose money. And they're going to expose a connection to a police officer. They're going to expose how someone is mentally, physically, and emotionally unstable and should have never said anything around this case, testify, or, work in behalf of this, all of this, okay? We have a doctor. They're going to expose imprisonment. They're going to bring exposure to money, police officers, and someone being emotionally, mentally unstable. Okay. The dream team. Thank you. The dream team is going to expose arrogance, reckless, someone who is hyperactive, a daredevil, overly confident, loud, a show-off, and one who promises much and doesn't deliver, with the Knight of Wands, fire sign in reverse, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? What are they here to do? They're here to hold people accountable for holding on to people and possessions, for being stingy and controlling and hoarding. They're going to expose and bring forth this energy of budgeting and having financial stability and financial security, having big purchases and big saving amounts and greed and materialism and wealth. Wow. And what would be the overall outcome in regards to this Karmelo Anthony case for the dream team? This is crazy. The outcome is the Four of Swords in reverse. Finding mental strength. Air sign, Libra. Awakening. Rejoining the world. That's the outcome for Karmelo Anthony. Rejoining the world and coming out of isolation. Y'all call me back.